Hey friends, I'm going to do my tag. So it's, let's see, HCG Spring 2013 tag. Let's see how quick I can get through this. This is like the fourth time. Name, age, and location. My name is Lynn, and I have a YouTube name of HCG Meant to Be. I'm soon to be 45 years old. I live in the Santa Cruz Mountains, which is in Northern California. I have 3 girls, 17, 14, and 11. And I have one cat. Her name is Jazz, or Jazzy. Jasmine is her name, but we call her Jazz. How did I hear about HCG? My best friend told me that her sister-in-law had lost like 20 pounds really fast following this HCG protocol. So I contacted her sister-in-law and told her to give me the skinny, literally. And ordered it within 2 days and was on it within 2 weeks. What was my initial reaction? Disbelief, curiosity, and what the hell do I have to lose at this point? I've tried every other diet. Have I read pounds and inches? Many, many times, usually in chunks, but typically before I begin a new round, I read it front to back. Can I describe a time when I knew it was time to start HCG protocol and why? Easter 2012, my daughter took a picture of me that scared me. And so I knew I had to do something after seeing that picture, and then by the fact that I was ready to go up another pant size and already had 5 to 6 sizes of clothing in my closet of various sizes. So, do my friends and family know? My immediate family knows, a few of the extended family, and really very few friends. I got tired of defending the protocol and trying to explain it and always going to battle, and so I quit sharing. If someone's very interested and continues to press me on the how, what, where, why, and all of that, then I continue to give them little tidbits and chunks of what I'm doing, and if they continue to show interest, then it goes from there, but usually they don't. Homeopathic or RX, I do RX sublingual drops, always have, I'll probably always will use the same provider that I've always used, and I'm very happy with them. If you want to know, then private message me, otherwise I'm not sharing. When did I first start? April 19th, 2012. So I just completed about a year this past week on HCG. I am on round 4 in phase 4. Current stats, I am currently riding around 135. I fluctuate between 138 to 138. I am using intermittent fasting to maintain my weight. I have lost a total of, 35 pounds. Most of it was in the first round. I've seen as low as 130 following the HCG protocol during round 3. Which round was your best and why? First round physically, third round emotionally. Physically, because I was dedicated to the goal. My kids are trying to interrupt me again. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I don't even want to talk to you right now. This is the 4th time I've made this video. Third round emotionally, just allowing my head to get caught up with my body, which leads to the next question. Has this protocol been easier or more difficult than you expected? Easier to lose the weight than I thought it was going to be. It's really a no-brainer. Follow the protocol. Do what you're supposed to do, and the weight comes off. But more difficult as far as coming to terms with the baggage that I have been carrying around about my weight and image for almost 20 years. I never expected to... First of all, I never expected to shed the amount of weight that I shed. I always wanted to, but never thought that I could. But I also never expected to be peeling back the layers and having to deal with so many other issues. HCG. I just watched Drew, and she kind of nailed it. She said, HCG, you are with it, following the protocol, you can't hide behind the hunger anymore, so you have to come to terms with a lot of other stuff. So, let's see, favorite P2 skincare products. I have it in the car. It's right here. It's backwards, but It's aloe and green tea oil-free moisturizer. You can find it in the health food store. Some grocery stores even carry it now. Absolutely love it. Started using it and eventually just continued using it. Never bought my other moisturizers because I like this one so much. I use it on my hands, on my feet, on my face, everywhere. I like the smell. It's about 20 bottles, or $20 for a 3-ounce jar, which lasts you quite a while. So that's my oh, and my eyes, toy. I did dramatic eyes just for you, babe. I use brown, that's it. I don't get into all those other colors that you guys get into, but I did smoky bedroom eyes, my husband calls them, just for toy. Favorite meal, loading P2, P3, P4. Okay, loading, favorite meal, macadamia nuts, omelets that are loaded with everything in them that has to do with fat. Cheese, sour cream, butter, heavy whipping cream, all of that. And then chicken Alfredo, fettuccine, and cheesecake. In my last round, I loaded on so much cheesecake that I have not had cheesecake since then, and that was many months ago. P2, my favorite, I am a mop follower, so my favorite is tilapia, which is a fish sauteed in coconut oil, sprinkled with a Creole seasoning. Usually it's a Tony Chachere's. A wedge of lemon squeezed over and a handful of spinach put on the top so that it wilts. By far my favorite. P3, I go back to omelets or scrambles loaded with cheese, avocados, and meat. P4, I've never done P4. P4, for me, I've always cycled right back onto P2. And this particular round, even though I'm in P4 because I'm following intermittent fasting, I'm eating what I want to eat every other day, and so I'm eating things that you would normally eat on P4 in limited amounts. So I don't want this vlog to be about intermittent fasting, so I'm not going to go into more detail on that. Show a baby picture of yourself. I have one. That's me on the phone. I'm always on the phone. I'm on the phone right now with you guys. May 27th, 1971. My mom wrote 2.5 years old. Where am I at? Okay, favorite TV show, Game of Thrones. Favorite color, black. Favorite non-food related social activity, watching my girls play sports. All 3 of my girls play every sport you can imagine. I always tell people you'll see me on the pitch, near the post, or in the dirt, because I am usually watching my kids play some form of a sport. And I also enjoy spending time with my husband. I'm very lucky in that sense. He is usually sitting right next to me watching my girls play their sports. He doesn't like to miss anything that they do. What do you do to relieve stress? In this order, I'm trying to revise this order. Read, sleep, clean, or exercise. What I didn't write on here is drink. I'm not a drunk. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink to get drunk, but I do like to have a large glass of red wine when I'm stressed. So I'm trying to move that down to the bottom of the list rather than having it be at the top, because in the past it's been at the top, which is how I've gained so much weight. Has anyone ever said I look like a famous person? I have been told that I look like Sarah Jessica Parker. I do not agree with that. I think my sister looks more like her than I do. List 3 to 5 non-scale victories. Which one is my favorite? My favorite is that my family allowed for change in their lives while I followed this protocol. So examples are, my oldest daughter began eating more salads, and she prefers a homemade dressing that we make with MCT oil. My middle daughter now cooks her morning eggs in coconut oil. Even when butter's available, it just amazes me. And my youngest daughter reads the labels for the amount of grams of sugar per serving, and she gave up her pretzel addiction. A couple of other things that I noticed that my family changed. They sit up straighter while eating. They eat slower. They enjoy their food. And I think my husband also is doing the same. So that has been a great thing. And then I didn't make it 10 minutes. I have to, at the 10-minute mark, I have to be quiet for 10 seconds. So I'm going to stop talking. And then I'll come back to you. I hate when this happens. Okay. I donated 6 garbage bags full of clothing to the women's shelter. So that was really cool. And in doing that, I once again found all the clothes in my closet that I used to wear before I had kids. And so that is another non-scale victory. And then the look in my husband's eyes. I have found that, yes, he supported me, and throughout all of the diets that I've ever done, he has shown me in the last year a tremendous amount of support following the HCG protocol, but I see a change in how he looks at me, and I know part of that is just reflected back from my eyes. It's my self-confidence, my ability to be comfortable in my own skin again, my happiness instead of the constant anguish and just even anger, you know, at myself for being heavy all those years. I'm lighter, both mentally and physically, and so happier, and it shows. And I see it in my husband's eyes. I see that he is very pleased for me and with me. And I didn't do the weight loss for him. I did it for me. But it's a bonus. It's another non-scale victory for me. So, and then last but not least, what am I hoping to accomplish with the HCG protocol? Okay, so after 25 years of dieting and trying so many just crazy-ass diets, I have to tell you, many of them were just a joke. Most of them worked as long as you continued to follow the diet and truly did the diet. And then when you stopped doing the diet, you went back to your old ways and began to gain weight again. And so I'm trying to accomplish being successful with this protocol, integrating it into my life and being able to enjoy food and moving on into the future, not being a dieter. It's always really been wanting to not have that diet mentality, not wanting my girls to grow up with a diet mentality and always seeing their mother on a diet, and just learning how to eat again. And I have learned so much over the past year of following this diet. I've learned about myself, I've learned about my family, and watched things that they do that will later in life give them trouble. Watched my husband and being 6'4" and a slim, lean man. Also, as he ages, you know, his body's changing, and I can see the reasons why. And when he's ready to deal with them, then, you know, I'll have tools to assist him. I don't think he'd ever do HCG, but he has also changed his diet. And, you know, this has been a gift to me. And so I'm hoping that in continuing to do vlogs and continuing to share my journey, that gift will be shared with others, and that they too will experience this protocol in such a way that it offers them success and going forward in life. And the only way to do that is to begin and to start your own journey, whether you vlog or blog or, you know, just journal about it at home and just watch these vlogs that other people do. It's a great thing, and I always say do it for yourself and just do it. Just get started. Start today. Start as soon as you can, and whether you do it right or wrong, each day is a new day, and you start again, and it's a wonderful thing. So that's my tag. Now I gotta go post it. So it was long. Everyone else is doing long ones too. I can see that I'm not the only one. I did keep it under 15 minutes. Yay! But not under 10. Bummer. Fluffy, I know you're out there watching it, chuckling somewhere. And your husband cracked me up. I had to stop watching the spring tags because I didn't want it to filter through and affect how I did my tag. I didn't want to hear what other people said. I wanted my tag to be pure. But I watched Fluffmeister, first tag that I watched, and I swear to God, I was drinking a glass of wine. I just spit my wine back into my cup. I was cracking up. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch Fluffy No Mo. Her husband did his own spring tag, and he made me laugh. His honesty is hilarious. Okay, I'll see you guys later. I'll check in again next week and tell you how I'm doing with my intermittent fasting. Take care, everybody. Ciao.